Everybody, I'm Miss Hannah from the Highland Park Public Library, and welcome to Library in Your Living Room. Thank you so much for joining us for today's program, Backyard Safari Birds Edition. I have a previous video that's all about finding reptiles and amphibians, but today is all about birds. Birds are really cool because you can find them pretty much anywhere in the world. They live on all 7 continents, on land, at sea, and you can even find birds in your very own backyard. So today I'm going to show you 11 different birds, some of which you can find at the beach, some of them you can find in the woods, and some of them you can find just in your neighborhood. All right, so let's get started. As soon as I get the slide to advance. There it goes. All right, so here are some tips for finding birds before you go out. Tip number 1, go where the birds go. There's some good places to look for birds depending on what kinds of birds you're looking for. You can try sheltered areas, like places where there are a lot of trees or tall buildings even. Certain birds like to hang out near the water, so near streams or ponds or even Lake Michigan. A lot of birds also like to hang out in backyards because backyards have a lot of plants and flowers and trees, so birds like to hang out there too. When you're looking for birds, make sure to use your eyes and your ears. So you can, watch for different colors that you might see. For example, if you're looking for cardinals, look for red. You can also look for quick movements because birds fly really fast. And also be sure to use your ears. Get to know what different birds sound like and what their different calls and chirps sound like, and then you'll know what to listen for when you go on your bird safari. Another great tip is to be quiet and to blend in with your surroundings. So birds are easily startled, so you'll want to make sure that you're as quiet as possible. And birds can also be startled by bright colors, believe it or not. So try to wear, dark browns and greens so you kind of blend in with the trees and the plants around you. And my last tip is if you find a bird, its nest, or eggs, leave them alone. You can absolutely look at them, you can take pictures, you can record videos, but don't touch the birds. All right, here is our first animal on our bird safari. This is the northern cardinal. Its scientific name is Cardinalis cardinalis. And here's what its chirp sounds like. You might have heard that before outside. I know I have. So these birds, the male cardinals, are really bright red. So they're, pretty easy to spot. Female cardinals are darker sort of brown color, so they're a lot harder to see in the wild. Cardinals are also the state bird of Illinois, so go Illinois. And yeah, so if you're looking for a cardinal, be sure to listen for that chirp and look for red. Ooh, my next bird is the mourning dove. Here's what the mourning dove sounds like. So the mourning dove, you can see and hear them year-round in Illinois. They don't leave us for the winter. They stay all year round. They are brown in color, so they tend to blend in a lot with trees, so they can be harder to see. They do tend to eat on the ground, so looking down on the sort of in grassy areas or on the forest floor, those are good spots to look for mourning doves. All right, next up we've got the Downy Woodpecker. Its scientific name is Dryobates pubescens. Here is what that guy sounds like. So that's what it sounds like when it chirps. And you also might hear it pecking on the wood, and it'll sort of make a banging sound when it hits the wood. You can also find these year-round in Illinois. It's the smallest woodpecker in North America, so they can be pretty difficult to spot. When you're looking for woodpeckers, be sure to be on the lookout for that red spot on top of its head, because that's a bright color that will stand out in nature, and be sure to listen for that pecking on the wood too. Oh, I love these guys. These are blue jays, and scientific name Cyanocitta cristata. Here's what they sound like. So the blue jay has a very distinctive screeching sound. If you ever hear that sound outside, you can be pretty sure that it's a blue jay. Blue jays really like to hang out near bird feeders. So if you have a bird feeder in your backyard, that'll be a great place to look for blue jays. Blue jays love free food. Oh, these are adorable. This is the ruby-throated hummingbird, scientific name Archilochus colubris. So you kind of heard both a chirping sound and a buzzing sound. That buzzing sound was the wings of the hummingbird. They move so fast that they make a buzzing noise. Ruby-throated hummingbirds love gardens, they love parks, basically anywhere with flowers. You can find them in the late spring and early summer in Illinois, so now is the perfect time to start looking for hummingbirds, and you can see them throughout the summer in our state too. All right, so these next couple of birds are birds that you can find near water. This first one is the great blue heron, scientific name Ardea herodias. So blue herons are really big. They can get up to 4.5 feet tall, which is taller than some of you guys. They like to hang out near marshes, shorelines, and still water and slow-moving water. And I've actually seen blue herons sort of near Lake Michigan, kind of near where the beaches are. So that can be a good spot. Also, yeah, anywhere with a big body of water, like a pond or a marsh, you might find a blue heron. This next bird also loves the water. This is the spotted sandpiper, scientific name Actitis macularius. So that's what it sounds like. Um, Spotted sandpipers also love the shorelines. They like to hang out near streams and marshes. And when you're outside looking for a spotted sandpiper, be sure to look for that distinctive spotted belly. Not a lot of birds have spots on their bellies like the spotted sandpiper, so that's a good clue. All right, my next bird is commonly known as a seagull, but its official name is the ring-billed gull, scientific name Larus delawarensis. Here is what it sounds like. You've probably heard this before. So ring-billed gulls also love the water, but they've also adapted really well to living with people in urban environments. So you can also see ring-billed gulls near parking lots, near dumpsters, anywhere where they might be able to find food. They are not afraid of cities and are not afraid of people, so they're pretty easy to find even in areas that are more built up. Right, so these last couple of birds are birds that you can find in the woods. sometimes you'll see them flying in the sky too overhead, even in suburban areas like Highland Park. So first we've got the turkey vulture. Its scientific name is Cathartes aura. They sound kind of scary. So the turkey vulture, in this area, it's best spotted flying overhead. They mostly eat dead animals, so they're what we call scavenger animals. They don't kill animals, but they find animals that are already dead and eat that. In Illinois, they're best seen in the late spring, early summer months. Anytime between March and June is the best time to find a turkey vulture. This is the northern harrier. Scientific name is Quercus hudsonius. Latin is hard. So this is a kind of hawk, and here's what it sounds like. So the northern harrier can be spotted near marshes, fields, and prairies. It likes open areas and it likes water. And in northern Illinois, where we live, you can find them pretty much year-round. So this is a good animal to try to spot. All right, our last animal for today is the barn owl. Its scientific name is Tyto alba. Here's what it sounds like. So the barn owl is our only bird today that is nocturnal, so it's most active at night. And they can actually be found on 6 out of the 7 continents. Sorry, Antarctica, but the barn owl can be spotted pretty much anywhere but Antarctica. They like open areas, but they can be found in towns. If there's a farm or a prairie or an open space nearby the town, sometimes the barn owls will come through town. All right, so if you want to learn more about birds, here are some really great resources for you. The first is the website for the Audubon Society, audubon.org. And they have these really amazing pictures. They have maps of where you can find certain birds, and they also have really great bird calls. And that's where I got all my sounds today, was from the Audubon website. So if you want to know what a bird sounds like, check out the Audubon. We also have a database called National Geographic Kids that's available through the library. This database has a guide called the National Geographic Kids Bird Guide of North America. And this, it's like a digital book through the database. It has some great resources to help get you started with birding and some really great tips. All right, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out our website, hplibrary.org, for more library in your living room programs. Until next time, stay safe and wash your hands.